Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English podcast from English Life Channel, your friendly place to listen, practice, and grow your English through real conversations. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex. Hello, Sarah. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here today.
You sound glad, but you also look like you've already had a full day, and it's not even lunch yet.
That obvious?
A little. What happened?
My morning started badly. I woke up 10 minutes late, spilled coffee on the counter, couldn't find my keys, and then I missed the bus by maybe 20 seconds.
20 seconds?
I could actually see it leaving. I was standing there with one shoe slightly untied, holding my bag, watching the bus disappear like it had personally rejected me.
Personally rejected you?
That's how it felt. And then, while I was standing there feeling sorry for myself, I reached for my coffee.
Let me guess. You spilled it too?
Worse. I realized I'd left it sitting on the kitchen counter.
Haha. So you missed the bus, and your coffee missed the trip too.
Exactly. At that point, I remember thinking, great, this whole day is going to be terrible.
That sentence is interesting.
Which part? The terrible day, the abandoned coffee, or the personal betrayal by public transportation?
The first one. You had a rough morning, but your mind immediately turned a rough morning into a terrible day.
That is exactly what I did.
And that connects perfectly to today's topic. We're talking about how to stay positive every day, but not in a fake way. We're not going to tell you to smile when you're frustrated or pretend everything is wonderful when it isn't.
Good, because if someone had told me to just be positive while I was standing there without a bus or coffee, I probably would not have appreciated it.
Fair enough. Real positivity is more practical. It's about describing a difficult moment honestly, responding to it in a useful way, and not letting one problem become the story of your whole day.
And we're going to learn the English for that, right?
Yes. Natural phrases for rough mornings, stressful workdays, difficult conversations, negative thoughts, small wins, and the moments when you need to reset. We'll also compare casual English with language you can use at work, and we'll practice a little pronunciation and rhythm along the way.
So, real life and real English.
Exactly. And if you enjoy practicing with us, you can subscribe to English Life Channel and share this episode with someone who is learning English too.
Especially someone who missed a bus this morning.
Or someone whose coffee is still waiting at home. All right, Alex. You said this whole day is going to be terrible. What could you say instead if you wanted to be honest without deciding the future at 8 in the morning?
Maybe this morning is annoying.
That works. Another very natural option is, I'm having a rough start.
I'm having a rough start. That sounds much less dramatic.
And it leaves the afternoon innocent.
Exactly. The afternoon hasn't done anything wrong yet.
Listen once slowly. I'm having a rough start. Now listen at a natural pace. I'm having a rough start. Notice the stress on rough and start.
If I arrive at work late and a coworker asks, "Everything okay?" I could say, "Yeah, I'm having a rough start."
That sounds natural. With a friend, you could also say, "It's been one of those mornings."
I hear that phrase a lot.
And you usually don't need a long definition when you hear the situation. Missed bus, lost keys, cold coffee.
One dangerous untied shoe.
There you go. It's one of those mornings.
Let me try a full version. I missed my bus, spilled my coffee, and forgot my lunch. It's one of those mornings.
That sounds like something I'd actually hear.
What if I don't want to explain anything?
Then simply say, rough morning. I just need a minute.
I like that.
Why?
Because it doesn't pretend I'm fine, but it also doesn't invite everyone in the office into my personal crisis.
That distinction matters. You can be honest without giving every detail.
And if I want to move forward?
Try. I can still turn this around.
Rough start, but I can still turn this around.
There you go.
I notice we're not replacing negative sentences with super positive ones.
Right. We're replacing exaggerated language with more accurate language.
That sounds more useful.
Let's test that idea. Imagine you send an important report and later realize you attached the wrong file. What does your brain say first?
I messed everything up.
Everything?
No, I sent one wrong attachment.
So say what actually happened.
I sent the wrong attachment. I need to fix it.
How does that feel compared with, I messed everything up?
Smaller, more specific, and I know what to do next.
That's the point. A factual sentence can lead to an action. A dramatic sentence often leads to panic.
But I want to challenge that. What if the mistake really is serious?
Then your language should still be honest. You might say, I made an error, and I'm working on a fix. Or, that didn't go as planned, I need to correct it.
So positivity isn't minimizing the problem.
No, it's not pretending consequences don't exist.
Good, because I was about to email my manager, wrong attachment but positive vibes.
Please don't.
You're sure?
Very.
Fine.
Now imagine you've corrected the mistake, but 2 hours later, you're still replaying it in your mind.
That sounds familiar.
You could say, I'm trying not to dwell on it.
I know dwell on means keep thinking about something, especially when the thinking is no longer helping.
Right. See? I didn't even need to give you a vocabulary lecture.
Look at me. I'm actually learning.
Let's hear it in context.
The meeting didn't go well, but I'm trying not to dwell on it. I'll prepare differently next time.
That sentence works because the second half gives the thought somewhere to go.
Instead of staying inside the mistake.
Right. Another useful sentence is, I'll fix what I can.
Like if part of the problem is outside my control?
Yes.
I can't change the delay, but I'll fix what I can on my side.
That sounds calm and responsible.
Better than, everything will magically work out.
Much better.
Let me try something without your help. If I say, I always mess things up at the worst possible time, a more balanced version might be, I made a mistake this time. I can correct it and be more careful next time.
I was going to ask you to do that.
Too slow.
Apparently.
I'm improving.
Keep that version in mind. I'm going to make the situation harder later.
There's the educational thread again.
You survived the first one.
Barely.
Now let's change perspective. It's one thing to manage your own bad mood. It's another thing to respond well when someone else is upset. Imagine a friend calls you and says, My manager criticized my work today. I feel awful.
My instinct is, don't worry. Look on the bright side.
Would that help you if you were still embarrassed?
Probably not.
That's where correct English and useful English can become two different things.
Because the phrase itself is correct.
Yes, but the timing may be wrong. Look on the bright side can sound dismissive if the person hasn't had a chance to feel disappointed yet.
So what would you say first?
That sounds really frustrating.
Simple.
Or, I'm sorry, that must have been difficult.
Neither sentence fixes the problem.
Exactly.
You're saying that like it's a feature.
Sometimes it is.
Fair.
Imagine I tell you, I studied for 2 weeks and still failed the exam. Respond naturally.
Look on the bright side. At least you studied. That sounded terrible as soon as I said it.
What would you change?
That's really disappointing, especially after all that work.
Better. And then?
Do you want to talk about what happened, or do you just need a minute?
That feels much more human.
What about, do you want advice, or do you want me to listen?
That works really well when you know the person well.
See? No teacher style, excellent.
I'm learning too.
Progress for both of us.
With a close friend, you can be direct. You might even say, do you need to vent?
Vent is casual. I wouldn't walk into my manager's office and say, I need to vent.
Probably not.
I might say, I'd like to talk through something that's been frustrating me.
That sounds much more natural at work.
So, friend, I need to vent. Work. I'd like to talk through something.
Exactly.
There it is.
What?
Your favorite word.
One is allowed.
I'll permit it.
Let's make this a listener choice. Imagine your friend just lost an important competition and is clearly upset. Which response sounds more supportive right now? Cheer up, it's not a big deal. Or, I know how much this meant to you. That must hurt.
I'm choosing the second one.
Me too.
The first one sounds like I'm deciding how important the event is for them.
That's the problem. Cheer up is not always bad. If your friend drops an ice cream cone, cheer up, I'll buy you another one, might be fine.
If they lose a job, not so much.
Right.
What about after someone has talked for a while?
Then you can gently move toward action. When you're ready, we can think about what to do next.
I like when you're ready.
Why?
It gives the person control over the timing.
That's a good observation.
See? Much more conversational.
You're enjoying this too much.
A little.
Let's change the relationship again. A coworker is worried about a deadline.
I probably wouldn't say, you'll get through this, my friend.
Unless your office is unusually dramatic.
So maybe let's figure out the next step.
Yes. More practical, less emotional.
That's useful because the situation can be equally stressful, but the relationship changes the language.
Right. The feeling can be similar, but you speak differently depending on who you're talking to.
That makes sense.
Here's another everyday situation. Someone asks, "How are you?" Easy question, right?
I'm fine.
Safe.
Very safe.
But suppose you're not fine and you don't want to tell your coworker your entire life story.
That's where learners get stuck. Either I'm fine or a 20-minute documentary.
Give me something in the middle.
I'm a little stressed, but I'm okay.
Natural. Another option is, I've had better days, but I'm managing.
I like that one.
You can also say, busy morning, but I'm getting there.
I'm getting there is useful because I can use it for work too.
Can you show me both?
Emotional. How are you feeling after that difficult week? I'm getting there. Work. How's the report going? I'm getting there.
Same phrase, different context.
What if my manager asks how I am and the real problem is workload?
Then vague positivity may actually be unhelpful.
So not everything's great while I'm quietly collapsing.
Right. You could say, it's been a busy week, but I'm doing okay. But if you need action, be more specific. I've been under a lot of pressure this week. Could we talk about priorities?
That's a much more useful sentence.
Why?
Because it doesn't just describe stress. It asks for something concrete.
Exactly.
Sarah.
Sorry.
We'll get you there.
Thank you, Coach.
Let's compare 3 situations without you giving me the answers.
Go ahead.
Friend asks, how are you?
What would you say?
Honestly, I've had better days. Can I vent for a minute?
Coworker at the coffee machine?
Busy morning, but I'm getting there.
Manager during a meeting where workload is the problem?
I've been under a lot of pressure this week. Could we talk about priorities?
That really shows how the same feeling can sound different depending on who you're talking to.
See? And you didn't even need your favorite word.
I'm showing restraint.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm noticing something. Positive English is partly about choosing the right amount of honesty.
Yes. Too little can sound fake. Too much detail can be uncomfortable in the wrong context.
So good communication is not say everything or hide everything.
It's choosing what fits the situation.
I'm getting there.
Nice callback.
I planned that one.
Let's talk about mood language. Suppose you're not deeply sad, but after a difficult week you have almost no energy.
I'm tired.
Fine. What if tired feels too weak?
I'm exhausted.
Good. And if the tiredness feels emotional or mental too, I'm drained is very natural.
That meeting completely drained me.
That's exactly the kind of situation where I'd use it.
See? Specific reaction.
I'm learning.
What if I'm not tired exactly? I just feel low and unmotivated.
You might say, I'm in a bit of a funk.
Funk as in music?
Different funk.
I knew it.
I've been in a bit of a funk this week is casual. It means you haven't quite felt like yourself.
I wouldn't put that in a formal email.
Probably not. At work, describe the actual issue if it matters.
I've been having trouble focusing this week.
That's much more useful in that situation.
And if I feel drained, I need to recharge.
There you go.
Like a phone.
Except I don't recommend putting yourself next to an electrical outlet.
Important safety advice.
I need to recharge simply means you need rest or something that restores your energy.
I'm staying home tonight. I just need to recharge.
Listen once slowly. I need to recharge. Now more conversationally. I need to recharge.
Need to becomes smoother.
Right. You don't need to pronounce every word as if it lives alone.
Let me try. I've had a long week. I just need to recharge.
That flows naturally.
Another phrase is, take it easy, right?
Yes, you've had a long week. Take it easy tonight.
And take it easy can also be a casual goodbye.
All right, take it easy. See you Monday.
English making one phrase work overtime again.
Very efficient language.
Unlike me this week.
Which is why you need to recharge.
Fair.
You mentioned something earlier that I want to come back to. You said sometimes you feel drained and then criticize yourself for feeling drained.
I do. I'll think, why am I so lazy? I should be doing more.
Notice what happened there.
I turned a temporary state into a judgment about myself.
Right. Let's keep this practical. Suppose you forget an appointment.
My harsh version, I'm so irresponsible. I always do this.
What are the two problems?
Always exaggerates the pattern, and I'm irresponsible turns one action into my identity.
How would you say it now?
I forgot the appointment. I need a better reminder system.
Notice how quickly that moves toward a solution.
What about I messed up and I'm a mess?
That distinction is worth keeping. I messed up describes a mistake. I'm a mess describes your whole state.
So after sending the wrong attachment, I messed up can be accurate. I'm a disaster is probably unnecessary.
Unless you're joking dramatically with a close friend.
Which I definitely might.
I know.
Let's connect this to English. I'm terrible at English.
How would you say it now?
I'm still improving my English.
Another option?
I can't understand fast English yet.
That little yet matters.
It says the current situation may change.
Exactly.
You're never going to stop saying it, are you?
Apparently not.
Fine.
I'll give you two more, and then we'll move on.
Thank you.
I always freeze when I speak English.
I sometimes freeze when I'm nervous, but not every time.
I completely failed that conversation.
That conversation was difficult, and I didn't say everything I wanted to say.
Which one feels more useful?
The second, because it tells me what the actual problem was.
Good. Now challenge me.
Gladly. Suppose I tell my manager, I'm still figuring it out. That sounds balanced, but it could also sound vague.
It could. What would you add?
I'm still working through 2 numbers. I'll have the final budget by 3.
That's stronger because you added precision.
So, positive language should never remove useful information.
Correct.
Look at us. 2 professionals now.
Don't get carried away.
Too late.
We've spent a lot of time talking about problems. Let's switch the emotional direction. What is a natural way to notice something good without sounding like a motivational poster?
Finally, normal happiness.
Start with small win.
Easy. A small success that still feels encouraging.
Can you use it in an English learning example?
I understood almost the whole meeting in English today. Small win.
That sounds natural.
Another phrase is, I'll take the win.
Can you put that in a sentence too?
I only studied for 20 minutes today, but I stayed consistent. I'll take the win.
Nice.
That was a very teacher-like nice.
I can't remove every approval word.
Fair.
What does that made my day feel like to you?
More personal. Something small happened and genuinely made me happy.
Can you give me an example?
An old friend sent me a voice message this morning. It made my day.
That sounds completely natural.
You almost said perfect.
I changed it at the last second.
I heard the struggle.
Here's another one. I needed that.
After something gives you relief?
Exactly. A laugh, a walk, a quiet break, a good conversation.
That walk helped. I really needed that.
Yes.
Let's give everyone something to try. Think about the last 24 hours. What is one small thing that made your day a little better? Maybe someone sent you a kind message. Maybe you finished something difficult. Maybe you understood an English phrase you used to miss. Say one sentence about it in your own voice.
You're leading the practice again.
You seemed comfortable.
I was...
Good. Stay there.
bossy.
Growing confidence.
We'll call it that.
You know what often ruins my ability to notice small wins?
What?
Having 12 things on my to-do list at the same time.
There's our next problem.
When I feel overwhelmed, I usually say, I'll never finish all of this.
You already know what I'm going to ask.
Is never accurate?
Exactly.
There it is again.
Focus.
Right. Better, I have a lot to do, so I need to decide what comes first.
Much more useful.
And one thing at a time.
Simple, but powerful.
I can't solve everything at once. One thing at a time.
B2 word here is manageable.
Something you can realistically handle.
Can you put it in a sentence?
The project looked overwhelming, but once we divided it into smaller tasks, it felt manageable.
That sounds like something you could actually say at work.
Good.
Another phrase you can use when a situation isn't ideal but is acceptable is, I can work with that.
Give me a schedule change.
We can't meet at 10, but 11:30 is available.
I can work with that.
Exactly.
I'm not even going to say it.
Thank you.
And now I can connect it to the bus. The next bus comes in 15 minutes. I can work with that.
That changes the way the whole morning sounds.
Because the problem stays the same. My response changes.
Yes.
And I like that because I remembered the phrase without trying to memorize it again.
Which means you're starting to actually use it.
I like this system.
Good, because now I'm making it harder. You asked for it.
I did.
You're at work. A client suddenly asks for major changes to a presentation that's due tomorrow.
Of course they do.
Your coworker looks at you and says, "This is impossible. We're finished."
First response. Okay, one thing at a time. What exactly changed?
They want a new opening, updated numbers, and a different recommendation.
That's a lot, but it's not the whole presentation. Let's see what we can update first.
Which part would you start with?
The numbers, because the recommendation may depend on them.
Now, here's the complication. The updated numbers aren't ready.
Of course they aren't.
Stay positive, Alex.
Don't say that to me right now.
Fair.
Then I'd ask, what can we finish without the numbers?
That's the kind of question that keeps the situation moving.
We could rewrite the opening and organize the structure.
Good. Now the manager walks in and asks, Can everything be finished by tomorrow?
The honest answer is no.
You have 3 possible responses. Listeners, choose the strongest one. Option 1, sure, no problem. Option 2, I'll do my best. Option 3, we can finish the priority changes by tomorrow. The full revision would need another day.
I'm choosing option 3.
Why not, I'll do my best?
It sounds positive, but it doesn't tell the manager what will actually be completed.
Exactly.
You set me up for that one.
I did.
So, a stronger sentence could be, I can complete the first 2 sections today and the rest tomorrow morning.
Clear commitment, clear boundary.
That's what professional positivity looks like.
Let's practice one sentence for rhythm. Listen slowly first. We can finish the priority changes by tomorrow. The full revision would need another day. Now at a natural pace. We can finish the priority changes by tomorrow. The full revision would need another day.
The contrast is doing part of the communication.
Right. Priority changes versus full revision. Tomorrow versus another day.
Let me create a new complication.
Go ahead.
The client suddenly emails and says the new opening is no longer needed.
That's good news.
But now they want a new chart.
Of course they do.
What would old Alex say?
Probably. They keep changing everything. This is a disaster.
Correct. Current Alex says, okay, the opening is off the list. The chart is new. What do we need for the chart?
That's a much stronger response.
I'm gathering facts before creating a story.
Exactly.
Sarah.
I know.
I'm starting to think the word is part of your personality.
Maybe.
What if we discover the chart can't be finished because one data source is missing?
Then I might say, we can build the chart structure now and add the final data when it arrives.
I can work with that.
There it is again.
Earlier phrase, harder situation.
And you remembered it without me reminding you.
That's the part I like.
One more work question. Your manager says, can you guarantee this will be ready?
If I can't guarantee it, I shouldn't pretend.
What would you say?
I can guarantee the first 2 sections. The chart depends on the final data, so I can't confirm that part yet.
That sounds precise, professional, and calm.
Positive without being vague.
That's why I keep coming back to that idea.
Now I understand why you said positive English is often specific English.
And now you've used it in enough situations that it actually feels natural.
Which is better than memorizing a rule.
Definitely.
Sometimes, though, even after we respond well, things still go badly.
True.
You can make the careful plan, say the right sentence, stay calm, and still lose the client.
That takes us to recovery.
Resilience.
How would you explain it?
The ability to recover after something difficult happens and continue functioning or moving forward.
I don't need to add much to that.
Look at me. I'm actually learning.
Let's put it into a real situation. Suppose your team has a terrible month, then performance improves strongly the following month.
We manage to bounce back.
Right. Bounce back is common conversational language for recovering after a setback.
What about a much smaller setback, like making one bad shot in a basketball game?
A teammate might say, shake it off.
More casual, smaller problem.
Right. Would you say, shake it off, to someone who just lost a job?
No, that could sound dismissive.
You caught that one yourself.
It's becoming a habit.
For more neutral or professional situations, recover from is useful.
The business is still recovering from a difficult quarter.
Exactly.
I'm not commenting.
Appreciated.
And if the problem interrupted my routine rather than seriously damaging something, I might say, I need to get back on track.
Can you give me an English learning example?
I missed 3 days of practice last week, but I'm getting back on track.
That's enough. We don't need 4 definitions.
Thank you. I was worried we were heading toward a vocabulary parade.
Not today.
Let me create the situation instead. A learner practices every day for 2 weeks. Then they get busy and stop for 4 days. They think, I ruined my routine. I always quit.
What would you tell them?
You missed 4 days. That's all. Start again today and get back on track.
And if they repeat, but I always quit?
I'd ask, always? Or have you stopped before and also started again before?
That sounds like something I would ask.
I know. I'm borrowing your job.
Apparently.
Do I get a salary increase?
Haha. We're still reviewing the budget.
Are you still figuring it out?
I'll have the final numbers by 3.
Nice. You brought that one back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's take one final real-life situation, but this time I want you to solve most of it. You prepared for an important presentation. Halfway through, you forget your next point and have to check your notes. You finish, but afterward you feel embarrassed.
Old Alex says, that was awful. I ruined the whole presentation. Everyone noticed.
And what would you say now?
I lost my place for a moment, checked my notes, and continued.
And after that?
I wasn't happy with that section, so I'm going to practice it again before the next presentation.
What happened to I'm a terrible speaker?
It disappeared because that sentence turns one moment into my whole identity.
And if you still feel embarrassed?
Then I feel embarrassed. I don't need to pretend I'm happy.
Right.
I could even say, I'm still annoyed about it. I just don't want to dwell on it all evening.
And now you're using that phrase in a completely different situation.
Exactly.
Now you're doing it on purpose.
Absolutely.
Suppose the next day your manager says, the presentation was strong overall. Just work on that middle section.
Then I might say, thanks, that's helpful. I know what I need to practice.
Would you say, see, everything was perfect?
No, because it wasn't perfect. That's not the point.
So what is the point?
One imperfect moment doesn't need to become the story of the whole experience.
You just brought us back to the beginning.
I was waiting for that.
So let's actually return to the bus.
Finally.
This morning, you missed it by 20 seconds.
Painful memory.
What did old Alex say?
Great. This whole day is going to be terrible.
And if the same thing happens tomorrow?
Okay. Rough start. I missed the bus. The next one comes in 15 minutes. I can work with that.
And if you're still irritated?
I'm still irritated.
No problem.
I might text a friend. It's one of those mornings.
Natural.
Then I'd sit down, breathe, and probably check whether both shoes are tied properly.
Finally addressing the true problem.
Personal growth.
Something else changed during our conversation.
But besides my footwear awareness?
At the beginning, every time something went wrong, you waited for me to help you rephrase it. Now you're catching your own dramatic language, changing it yourself, and even adjusting what you say depending on who you're talking to.
Which feels much more useful than memorizing 20 positive quotes.
Much more useful.
And the language we kept using wasn't unrealistically cheerful.
So what are you taking from all of this?
First, describe what actually happened. Second, don't turn one event into your entire identity or future. Third, decide what you can do next.
I'd add one thing.
What?
If the situation involves another person, think about what they need before you give them positivity.
Right. Sometimes they need you to listen first.
Exactly.
There it is one last time.
I walked into that.
You really did.
Before we finish, let's give everyone one last chance to try this. Imagine you've had a difficult morning. You're late, tired, and one thing has already gone wrong. Choose one sentence from today that you could honestly say. Maybe I'm having a rough start. Maybe I just need a minute. Maybe I'm getting there. Maybe I can still turn this around. Or choose your own sentence. Say it once in your own voice.
I would say, rough start, but I can still turn this around.
And I'd probably say, I can't control everything, but I can decide what to do next.
That sounds like Sarah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
And here's our question for the comments. When you have a rough moment, what is one English sentence you can use to reset and keep going?
Keep it natural. One sentence is enough.
If this conversation helped you practice useful English, subscribe to English Life channel and join us for more real-life conversations.
And remember, you don't have to be cheerful every minute to be positive. Sometimes progress sounds much simpler. That was hard. I'm still here. What's next?
Thank you so much for listening and practicing with us today. Take care, keep using your English, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Goodbye, everyone.